you can't get to 10x your current revenue, current situation by just tweaking around the edges. It requires a complete shift in how you are approaching your business.
Welcome to Unstoppable Podcast with Harry Sardinas, inspiring conversations with influential millionaires, investors, thought leaders, entrepreneurs who are making a massive difference with their innovative products and services, and sharing the challenges and wisdom of how they sold their first million.
And then Peter, even that, like, because the AI also, the content, what happened is, and this is a point that I want to touch, right? Which is, AI is like a kid, right? If you teach good things to the AI, you're gonna have a good kid, yeah. But if you if you teach to the kid bad things, then you're gonna have a very bad kid. So at the end of the day, AI is actually a form, but at the end of the day, is the database, is the knowledge of the people working in the organization, what this engine going to learn effectively to produce that thing. And so, Peter, you guys have an amazing databases, and the machine learning is learning from this all the time, correct?
Yes, exactly. But to be clear, like our customers' data, it's segregated, it's private to them. Like they upload their data. Like no other, we're not training a general model on their data. We're using their content to inform a model for them for their own responses. So it's very, data governance is a big issue in AI right now. Software, we're very focused on, and that's our top concern for our customers.
Yeah. So then at the end, they will fill the form, and then the people will have a better chance to get the contract, right?
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. And here's the thing about it. So what's really interesting is that when we started building it, right, when I had the idea, I thought like, okay, this is going to be like, it's an AI tool. We're just going to complete these questionnaires, and it's just going to make it go like super fast. And like the AI piece is the interesting and valuable part. What I've learned now that we have a product, and going back to my 5 things, number 5, obsessing over your customers, right? What I've learned from all the customer conversations we have is that what the AI is providing for them is it's freeing up their time so that they can actually collaborate more on their response. So, you get these RFP questionnaires, and it's 200, 500, sometimes even 1,000 or more questions.
Wow.
Most of them.
Questions.
I've seen them as long as 2,500 questions. I'm not joking.
Wow.
Huge. It's a huge undertaking to respond to those. But the thing is that most of those questions, you've answered them dozens of times before. You're not going to win or lose the business based on those questions. They're just checking the box. And the time you take to complete all those hundreds or thousands of questions is time that's taking away from the aspects of it that are actually going to win you the business.
Oh, we make you to win the business. I understand.
Exactly. 5% of the RFP that actually really matters for them making the decision. And so what we see from our customers is, because we cut the time on all this like boring, low value stuff, they can really focus on those aspects, right? And the AI is never going to replace the humans for that. Like the AI doesn't know their customers like they do. It doesn't know their buyers like they do. And so it's really freeing them up to invest their time in the areas where it's going to add the most value to winning the business.
And on top of that, they're going to have a draft to work on. They're not going to have an empty form. Yeah, that's very, very helpful.
Exactly.
Because it's when the question is there and the paper is in blank. Oh my God!
The blank page is painful,
right? Yeah. But when you have a draft, an idea, you can say, "Oh, this is." Even you can say, "Well, I need to improve in this. This is way more deeper than that I see." But it's very, very fulfilling when you don't see the blank. Yeah, when there is something draft to give you an idea, right? Because sometimes, and again, something goes, somebody because of tiredness, you write the wrong answer, you can lose the business. And the other thing as well is that, like you said, Peter, if it's going to take 2 weeks to one person to fill one, how many can you do in a month? Oh, you can do two, no? Because the employee. But now if you have this tool, you can fill 5, 10, 20
Yep.
in a month.
Exactly.
So, it's something called probability. You have better chance to find more clients, no?
Yep. Exactly. It gives you the chance to bid on more business, to bid on opportunities that you might not have bid on otherwise. The whole benefit is to bid on more opportunities, to have a better chance of winning those opportunities. So, really we're selling growth. That's the goal.
Very good. Very good. So, Peter, if people want to learn more about what you guys are doing about this new product, yeah, can you share with us how people can find you guys and how the process work? Are you looking for funding? You're very investable, yeah?
So two ways. Soon. I want a few more referenceable customers. I think our early customers are very promising, and I think, look, that's another warning from the first time around. I want to raise funds at the right time, and so not on the time that makes sense for us. So yeah, easiest way to find me is on LinkedIn. Just Peter Bonney. I'm easy to find, and to go to visit the company website. It's fastbreakrfp.com.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Peter. So then, Peter, last advice for what piece of advice can you give to those founders, right?
Mm-hmm.
That is still that's so attached to their emotions, to the product, to whatever they build, yeah, that they still don't want to change. The other day in this podcast, somebody asked me, Harry, what is the fastest way between point A and B? And I said, the straight line. And they told me, Harry, no, it's the path of less resistance. Think about the river. Yeah. And so what advice do you have for the tech entrepreneurs out there that they want to achieve one to B? They want to go from one A to B in the straight line without choosing the path of less resistance, which is exactly what you share in your 5 steps. What can you tell them?
That's a great question. I think the biggest thing is this, right? If you are already, like, if you haven't started yet, like, that's a different situation. If you're already on this path and you are working hard and you're not achieving the results that you want, which I think is what you're talking about. If that's where you are, like, you're not going to achieve the results you want by either doing the same thing or doing mostly the same thing, but trying to make it a little bit better. Like, you've got to step back and change something radically about what you're doing. There's a great book, 10x is easier than 2x, right? And I'm not going to do it justice, but if I could simplify it to one sentence, it's that, to try and, like, 2x your results, you're going to try to, like, do a little bit better. You're going to try to incrementally, you're going to work harder. You're going to try to get a little more efficient. You can't get to 10x your current revenue, current situation, by just tweaking around the edges. It requires a complete shift in how you are approaching your business. And so if you are stuck, not getting the results you want, like, let that liberate you. Like, let go of whatever you're doing. Like, free yourself from this idea that, like, well, if I just work a little bit harder, if I just keep doing the same things, because that's not going to get you there. That's not what's working for you. It's not working for you. You've got to find a totally different way to approach the problem. And it's going to be different for everybody. So I don't have a specific piece of advice there, because it really depends on your situation and what you're trying to sell. But I can definitely say, don't just keep doing more of what you're doing.
Thank you so much, Peter. And with that note, yeah, I want to thank you, Peter, for this broadcast. Yeah, I really appreciate it. Yeah, I think you're brilliant. Yeah, keep doing what you do. Yeah, you clearly love it. Yeah, this journey is very exciting. It's very exciting. Yeah, you definitely don't get bored. Yeah, this is
no.
Nobody's gonna hear, oh, Peter is bored. No, you're not gonna have that if you've been there. Absolutely no. So yeah, it's exciting, and I think like I said, the other day I was listening yesterday to Steve Jobs that it was saying that you really need to have passion and love what you're doing, because any rational person will give up, you know. So you have to be so in love with the product, and so purpose driven that you won't quit, because if you were a rational, you will quit. So this is so thank you so much for empowering our entrepreneurs, especially tech entrepreneurs, for being a role model for them to share an honest feedback that, you know, things are possible. But I think that if the tech entrepreneurs listen more, you know, role models, people that already have achieved their goals, they're, you don't need to be in this podcast. You don't need to share what you know. You're just doing this just to help people out there to, you know, to share your experience. And then, you know, they should be taking more in consideration, because at the end of the day, the problem with tech is not like other businesses. When tech, you make a mistake and it's expensive, it's really difficult to back up again. This is not when something goes wrong in tech and it's 50K, 100K, quarter of million, a million, you know. So the mistakes are same like in property. When something goes wrong, it's difficult to back up. So thank you so much, Peter, and for all our listeners. See you in our next episode of Unstoppable. How brave entrepreneur like Peter break the wall and make the first million, and now it's going again. Unbelievable. Bye for now.
Follow us for more interviews with world's most influential, audacious entrepreneurs that overcame challenges and adversity, providing you with the blueprint of how they sold their first million so you can grow your business exponentially.